Hi everyone, welcome to Gallant IAS. Here we will be discussing some important government schemes for the upcoming prelims. It is difficult to memorize all the schemes launched by government. So in order to ease your task, I chose some government schemes based on analyzing the previous year questions and the schemes which frequently appeared in the news and the schemes which mentioned in the budget. So without much delay, let's move on to the slides. The first scheme is Govardhan Scheme. Govardhan Scheme. Here you should aware of aim of the scheme, then the provisions under the scheme and the ministry involved, and whether it is say central sector or centrally sponsored scheme. So what do you mean by central sector or centrally sponsored scheme? In central sector scheme, the 100% of fund is given by center and the implementation is also done by the center. While centrally sponsored scheme, here in centrally sponsored scheme, the fund is shared between center and state and the implementation is done by the state. Okay, so this is the difference between central sector and centrally sponsored scheme. Here, the Govardhan scheme, it is galvanizing organic bio-agro resources done scheme. It aims to convert waste into energy or waste into wealth. Okay, and it is aims for converting the organic waste like cattle dung, animal waste, then agricultural residue. These are converted into biogas or bio-CNG. Okay, and the ministry involved under this scheme is Ministry of Jal Shakti, and the department is Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation. And in order to convert this organic waste into biogas, there requires some biogas plants. So this Govardhan scheme also aims to set up these biogas plants. So these are the main points regarding this Govardhan scheme. Then some value-added points like what is the difference between biogas and bio-CNG? Here, in the case of biogas, here first we convert this agricultural waste or animal waste into biogas through a process called anaerobic digestion, in which the microorganisms, under the absence of oxygen, these microorganisms convert this agricultural waste or animal dung or cattle dung into biogas. In this biogas, here 40 to 50% is methane, and the remaining are impurities like carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, etc. But what is the difference between biogas and bio-CNG? This biogas can be converted into bio-CNG by removing the impurities like carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, etc. That means this bio-CNG contains 90% methane. Okay. So this is the difference between biogas and bio-CNG. Okay. So through the anaerobic digestion process, this agricultural waste or animal dung converted into biogas, and this biogas contains 40 to 50% methane, and the remaining portions are impurities. So in order to remove these and when we remove these impurities, we get the bio-CNG, and this bio-CNG is contains 90% of methane. Okay, so this is the value addition point. So let us discuss a model question. Consider the following with reference to Govardhan scheme. First statement is to convert organic waste, especially cattle waste, to biogas and organic matter for the manure for the use in rural areas. The second statement is to promote rural employment and income generation opportunities by involving entrepreneurs, SHGs and youth groups. Third statement is to promote environmental sanitation and curb vector-borne diseases. Fourth statement, support cities safely manage their household waste, including recyclable plastic waste, and make the cities clean. Then how many of the above given are objectives of Govardhan scheme? You should select the correct answer. Here, if we analyze these statements, we can find out certain irregularities, like the first statement and fourth statement. Actually, these are contradictory in nature. Here, you can see, here in the first statement, it is given that in rural areas, but in the fourth statement, it is given that cities. Okay, So these two statements are contradictory in nature. So only one statement is correct. Okay, only one statement will be correct. And if you examine 1, 2, and 3, these are related in nature. Okay, uh, these the first statement and second statement and third statement, these are related in nature, and the odd one out is fourth one. So we can remove the fourth one and we can connect these three statements. So the answer is option C, only 3. Okay, so these three, first, second, and third, these are the main aim of this Govardhan scheme. Okay, so the next scheme is PM Vishwakarma Yojana. The term Vishwakarma is related to artisans or craft persons. In this technological era, the people move towards machine-made goods. As a result, this income level of artisans reduce, or the livelihood opportunities of the artisans is negatively affected. As a result, the government of India has launched this PM Vishwakarma Yojana in order to support these artisans. Okay, so the aim of the scheme is to provide end-to-end support to artisans and craft persons who work with their hands and tools. Okay, and the ministry is Ministry of MSME or Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Okay, and it is a central sector scheme. Then the major provisions under this scheme include recognition of artisans through PM Vishwakarma certificate and ID card. So through this provision, the government aims to integrate these artisans into formal economy. Okay, then skill upgradation and advanced training. Third one, toolkit incentives up to rupees 15,000 in the form of e-vouchers. Then collateral-free loans up to 3 lakh at low rate of interest. Then incentive for digital transaction. Then marketing support in the form of quality certification, branding on e-commerce platform. So this scheme also aims for market access for their products. Okay, so these are the main provisions under this scheme. So simply this PM Vishwakarma Yojana aims for supporting the livelihood opportunities for these artisans, and the ministry involved is MSME ministry, and it is a central sector scheme, and it mainly aims for integrating the artisans into a formal economy, and also provide some opportunities for market access of their products. Okay, so these are the main points regarding PM Vishwakarma Yojana. Okay. So the next scheme is PM Jman or Pradhan Mantri Janjati Adivasi Nyaya Makha Abhiyan. So it's an important scheme because it is mentioned under the budget 2023-24. Okay, so UPSC may ask like this: the term PM Jman recently seen in the news is related to, then provide some options like A, B, C, and D. So you should aware of this type of scheme. Here the term Adivasi we can relate it to tribals. Here the tribals means particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So what do you mean by PVTGs? PVTGs are more vulnerable groups among the tribal groups. So these are the more vulnerable groups among the tribal groups. And in 1973, there was a commission named Debar Commission. Debar Commission. It recommended the creation of PVTGs. Okay, and there are some criteria in order to find out these PVTGs, like pre-agricultural level of technology, low level of literacy, economic backburners, and a declining or stagnant population. And there are some facts regarding these PVTGs, like currently there are 75 PVTGs in India, and of this highest number of PVTGs are found in Odisha and followed by Andhra Pradesh. Then the largest PVTG is Odisha's Saura community. So there are 75 PVTGs and highest number is found in Odisha, and the largest PVTG is Odisha Saura community. So these are the main points regarding PVTGs. And this scheme will be implemented by 9 ministries, and the nodal ministry is Ministry of Tribal Affairs, and these are the main provisions or the main facilities provided to PVTGs under this scheme include Paka housing, road connectivity, pipe water supply, mobile medical units, etc. So simply PM Jman aims to support or enhance the socio-economic conditions of the PVTGs. Okay, so simply it's PM Jman Pradhan Mantri Janjati Adivasi Nyaya Makha Abhiyan aims to improve the socio-economic conditions of the PVTGs. Okay. So the next scheme is Namaste. In example, we may think or we may relate this Namaste with Namaskar, or we may confuse this with international, we may relate this with the international relations. But actually, this Namaste is related to manual scavengers. The government aims for supporting the manual scavengers by providing some safety measures. Okay, so this scheme aims to eliminate hazardous cleaning, stop deaths of sewer and septic tank workers, and ensure their safety and dignity. Simply, it aims for ensuring the safety measures of the manual scavengers or sanitation workers. We can expand this Namaste scheme as National Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem. And the ministry involved are Ministry of Social Justice and Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So there are two ministries are involved: Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and Ministry of Urban Affairs and Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. And this is a central sector scheme. Actually, this scheme was replaced by an earlier scheme like self-employment scheme for the rehabilitation of manual scavengers. This scheme was started in 2007. This scheme, self-employment or SRMS, this SRMS scheme was replaced by Namaste scheme. Okay, and there are some objectives like zero fatalities in sanitation work in India. Then all sanitation work is performed by skilled workers. Then you can read this from this slide. Okay, so the main aim of this Namaste scheme is to provide some safety measures for manual scavengers and in order to enhance their dignity. So these are the main aim of this Namaste scheme. Okay, so what do you mean by manual scavenging? Manual scavenging is defined as the removal of human excreta from the public streets and dyed latrines, cleaning septic tanks, gutters and sewers. So this is the process of manual scavenging. Actually, this manual scavenging is prohibited in India, and under the Act, Prohibition of Employment as Manual Scavengers and their Rehabilitation Act. Under the Act, manual scavenging was already banned in India, but this practice of manual scavenging still continue in India in certain parts. Okay, so in order to prohibit this manual scavenging and this in order to promote their security or their safety measures, and in order to promote their dignity, the Government of India launched the scheme Namaste. Okay, so the next scheme is Swamitwa scheme. It is an important scheme because in village areas, lack of property records is a major problem, and it results in the land disputes, and the banks or financial institutions are hesitant to provide loans to these village people due to lack of property records. So in order to solve this problem, the government launched Swamitwa scheme, and we can expand this Swamitwa scheme as survey of villages and mapping with improvised technology in rural areas. So applying some technology in rural areas like drone technology, we can demarcate the village areas, and then demarcate the village areas. The government assigned these lands into various village people. Then they get a property card. Then they can use this property card as collateral, or they can use as an asset in order to get loan from the financial institutions. Okay, so the scheme aims to provide record of rights to village household owners possessing houses in inhabited areas in villages. So this scheme aims to provide record of rights to village people. And here the drone surveying technology will be used for demarcation of rural inhabited areas. Firstly, using some technology like drone technology, it is used for demarcation of rural inhabited areas. Then Swamitwa property cards will be provided to these landowners. Then it provides some Swamitwa property cards. Then it will help owners possess their houses in the inhabited areas and use them as an asset for loans or other financial requirement. They can use this Swamitwa property card for obtaining loans from financial institutions. Okay, and the ministry is involved, Ministry of Panchayati Raj, and there are some organizations also involved like Survey of India, then State Revenue Department, State Panchayati Raj Department, National Informatics Center. So these are the main provisions regarding Swamitwa scheme. Simply, this scheme aims to provide record of rights to village household owners. Okay, so the next scheme is PMDXYJ Yojana. PMDXYJ Yojana, we can expand this PMDXYJ Yojana as Pradhan Dakshita or Kaushalada Sampanna Hidakarni Yojana, PM Daksh Yojana. This scheme mainly aims to improve the competency level of certain target groups or improve the skill development or enhance the skill among these target groups. Here the target groups include SCs, OBCs, EBCs. SCs means scheduled caste, OBCs means other backward classes, then EBCs means economically backward classes, DNTs means denotified tribes, then Safai Karmacharis including race pickets, etc. So these are the target groups. Then this PM Daksh Yojana aims to improve the capacity or the skill development of the target groups, and the target groups we have already discussed the target groups. So in order to enhance competency level of the target groups to make them employable both in self-employment and wage employment for their socio-economic development. Okay. Here the nodal ministry is Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and there are some eligibility criteria, and UPSC may ask from this area. Okay. So the age criterion for the scheme is between 80 to 45 years. These are some important facts. Okay, so the age criterion for the scheme is between 18 to 45 years, and there is no income limit for SCs, Safai Karmacharis include waste picker and DNT. DNT means denotified tribes. So there is no income limit for scheduled caste and Safai Karmacharis and denotified tribes, but there is an income limit for these OBCs and EBC. So other backward classes and economically backward classes, there is an income limit. So the annual family income should be below 3%, below 3 lakh for the OBCs, and for ECB or economically backward classes, the annual family income should be below 1 lakh. So these are the eligibility criteria. The age criteria is around between 80 to 45 years, and there is no income limit for SCs, Safai Karmacharis and denotified tribes, but there is an annual income limit for these OBCs and EBCs. So these are the main points regarding this scheme. Okay. So PM Daksh, Pradhan Mantri Dakshata or Kaushalta Sampanna Hidakarni Yojana. It aims to enhance competency level of the target groups, and the target groups include scheduled caste, OBCs, denotified tribes, Safai Karmacharis, then economically backward classes, etc. Okay, and the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Okay. So the next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. It is an important scheme. It was launched during COVID-19 pandemic, and it aims to provide 5 kilogram free food grains to eligible ration card holders under the NFSA Act. So during COVID-19 pandemic, the government launched this scheme in order to provide additional 5 kilogram rice to these beneficiaries under the NFSA Act. Initially, this scheme aims to set to expire in December 2022. Then it was extended till December 2030. Then again, it has been extended for an additional 5 years. Now, it is extended for an additional 5 years. In January 2023, this Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana was integrated with National Food Security Act. Okay, so what are the provisions under this National Food Security Act 2013? So under this act legally entitled up to 75% of the rural population and 50% of the urban population to receive subsidized food grains under the targeted public distribution system. Here you should notice the word subsidized food grains. So under the National Food Security Act, it is not a free cost regime. It is to receive subsidized food grains. It's not a free regime. It provides subsidized food grains. Okay, and it consists of 2 categories of ration card holders, and Antyodaya Anna Yojana and priority households. Antyodaya Anna Yojana, these households are entitled to receive 35 kilogram of food grains every month, regardless of the number of the family members. But in case of priority household, they receive food grains based on family size, with each member getting 5 kilogram per month. Here 35 in the case of Antyodaya Anna Yojana. Here the beneficiaries get 35 kilogram of food grains irrespective of the number of family members. But in case of priority household, each member getting 5 kilogram of 5 kilogram per month. So these are the main two criteria under the NFSA Act. Now these NFSA and Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana integrated as a result, these provision of subsidized food grains is converted into free food grains, free cost food grains. Okay, so these beneficiaries Antyodaya Anna Yojana and priority households get ration at free of cost. Okay, so this question is regarding National Food Security Act. It is a previous year question asked in 2018. You can read these statements and you can choose the correct answer. Then put the correct answer in the comment box. Okay. Then the next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandan Yojana. Shram Yogi Mandan Yojana. We can connect this term Shram with labor. So this scheme aims for supporting these laborers, especially the unorganized laborers. In India, more than 90% of people are working in the unorganized sector. So, and these unorganized sectors are not covered under any pension scheme. So, in order to provide some social security benefits to this unorganized sector, the government of India launched Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandan Yojana, and this scheme is considered is the largest pension scheme in the world, and the ministry is Ministry of Labor and Employment. We can easily connect the term STEM with labor. So the ministry is Ministry of Labor and Employment, and it provides social security to the unorganized workers such as street vendors, rickshaw pullers, agricultural laborers, midday meal workers, construction workers and others. Okay. And there are some eligible criteria under this scheme. These are important, so you can note down. Okay, the first one is he or she must be an unorganized worker between the ages of 18 and 40. So he or she must be an unorganized worker between the ages of 18 and 40. Then he or she must have a monthly salary of rupees 15,000 or less. Then he or she must have an Aadhaar card as well as bank account or Jman account number. Then individuals who work in the organized sector and like membership of EPF, NPS, EPF Employment Provident Fund, then NPS means National Pension Scheme, etc., and are income taxpayers. These people are ineligible to apply for this PM Shram Yogi Mandan scheme. So the individuals who work in the organized sector and tax-paying people, they are not covered under this scheme, and the people, the unorganized worker, the age between 18 to 14, and their monthly salary will be 15,000, should be 15,000 or less, and they must have an Aadhaar card, bank account, etc. Okay, so these are the main provisions regarding PM Shram Yogi Mandan Yojana. Ministry is Ministry of Labor and Employment, and it is the pension scheme for the unorganized workers. Okay. So the next scheme is PM Swanidhi scheme. PM Swanidhi scheme. We can expand this PM Swanidhi scheme like PM Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi. PM Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi. And here this PM Swanidhi scheme aims for providing collateral free loans to street vendors. Collateral free loans to street vendors with a low interest rate, around 7% interest. Okay, so street vendors can get collateral free loans with a low interest rate for a period of 1 year. Admin street vendors can apply for a working capital loan up to 10,000 for a 1 year term of the loan in monthly installment. So the maximum amount of the maximum loan amount will be 10,000. Okay, so under this PM Swanidhi scheme, street vendors get collateral free loan with a low interest rate, and the loan amount will be up to 10,000. Okay, so this is the main provisions regarding PM Swanidhi scheme. The next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Madru Vandana Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Madru Vandana Yojana. You can connect the word Madru with mother. Okay, so it is a maternity benefit program. Say maternity benefit program, and it comes under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. We can easily connect with this ministry. Then it is a centrally sponsored scheme. So you should remember this fact. It's a centrally sponsored scheme, and it aims for to provide partial compensation for the wage loss in terms of cash incentive, so that the women can take adequate rest before and after delivery of the first child. It's a partial wage compensation scheme. So it's a Pradhan Madru Vandana Yojana is a partial wage compensation scheme. And there are some exclusion criteria, or all pregnant women and lactating women are not included under this scheme. There are some exceptions, like these pregnant women and lactating mother who are in regular employment with the central government or state governments or public sector undertakings, or those who are receipt of similar benefits are not covered under this scheme. Simply means central government employees or state government employees are not covered under this Pradhan Mantri Madru Vandana Yojana. Okay. Then the benefits under the scheme include the beneficiaries receive a cash benefits of rupees 5,000 in 3 installment on fulfilling these following conditions. Then the conditions are early registration of pregnancy, antenatal checkup, then registration of the birth of the child. So these are the main criteria for considering the beneficiaries under this PM Madru Vandana Yojana, and the beneficiaries get a cash benefit of rupees 5,000. Along with this 5,000, these beneficiaries under the Pradhan Mantri Madru Vandana Yojana get an additional amount of 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees under the Janani Suraksha Yojana. This Janani Suraksha Yojana aims for promoting institutional delivery. So these Pradhan Mantri, the beneficiaries under this Pradhan Mantri Madru Vandana Yojana get a total amount of 5,000 plus 1,000, 6,000 rupees. Total 6,000 rupees will get these beneficiaries. Okay. Here, UPSC already asked the question regarding Janani Suraksha Yojana in 2023. This is a previous year question, 2023 question. The question is, consider the following statements in relation to Janani Suraksha Yojana. You can read this statement and put the answer in the comment box. Okay. So the next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. This scheme was launched by the government in 2015 for loans up to 10 lakh rupees to the non-corporate, non-farm, small or micro enterprises. Here you should note this scheme aims for providing loan facilities to non-corporate, non-farm, small or micro enterprises. It is not for farmers. Okay. UPSC may confuse us like by providing like this. Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana aims for providing loan facility to farmers. It is a wrong statement, because this Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana aims for supporting non-farm, non-corporate sectors. Okay, enterprises. Okay, then this Mudra bank actually it acts as a refinancing agency. That means it does not directly provide loans to the beneficiaries. There is an intermediaries like banks, NBFC, etc. That means Mudra banks are government agencies which act as a refinancing agency. It does not directly provide benefits, loans to the beneficiaries. It provide funds to the intermediaries like banks, NBFCs, etc. Then these intermediaries will provide loans to these beneficiaries. Okay, so these are the main provisions regarding Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, and there are three terms related to this Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana include Shishu, Kishore, Tarun. So UPSC may ask the terms Shishu, Kishore, Tarun are related to. So these terms are related to PM Mudra Yojana. Shishu means the loans covering up to 15,000. Then Kishore covering up to 15,000 to 5 lakh. Then Tarun covering loans up to above 5 lakh and up to 10 lakh. The maximum amount is 10 lakh. Okay, and the loans are collateral free loans. These are the main points regarding PM Mudra Yojana. These are the loan facilities provide to the non-farm or non-corporate sectors up to 10 lakh rupees. Then it covers three type of loans like Shishu, Kishore, Tarun. So these are the main provisions regarding PM Mudra Yojana. Okay. So the next scheme is National Technical Textile Mission. National Technical Textile Mission. This scheme aims to to position India as to improve the position of India as a global leader in terms of technical textiles. Okay, so the aim of the mission is to position India as a global leader in technical textiles by taking the domestic market size from $40 billion to $50 billion by 2024. Here there is a fact, there is a data like the penetration level of the technical textiles is low in India, varying between 5 to 10% against the level of 30 to 70% in developed countries. So UPC may provide this type of data and we may confuse. So the penetration level of technical textiles is actually low in India. In India, it is only around 5 to 10%. But in case of developed countries, it is around 30 to 70%. Okay. Then it also support Make in India initiative. We all know the initiative Make in India. It aims to promote India as a global manufacturing hub. Okay. So these are the main the provisions of this National Technical Textile Mission. Then what do you mean by technical textiles? Technical textiles means these are functional fabrics, fabrics in terms of functional utilities. Okay, so these technical textiles are functional fabrics that have applications across various industries including automobiles, civil engineering and construction, agricultural, healthcare, industry safety, personal protection, etc. So the textiles in terms of functional, so the fabrics in terms of functional utilities. Okay, so these are the technical textiles. You can see the technical textiles from the examples of technical textiles from the image. Okay. So the next scheme is Adopt a Heritage Program. Adopt a Heritage Program. This scheme aims to develop heritage sites, tourism sites and monument areas to make them to develop into more visitor friendly. So in order to promote tourism and to make these heritage sites into more visitor friendly, Government of India launched Adopt a Heritage Program, and this program was launched in 2017 under Ministry of Tourism in collaboration with Archaeological Survey of India. So Ministry of Culture is also involved under this scheme. Okay, this scheme actually acts as a public private partnership model because private players also involved under this scheme, and these private players are called monument mitras. As part of their corporate social responsibility, these private players provide some funds and infrastructure facility to these heritage sites or tourism sites. Okay, so these are the main provisions regarding Adopt a Heritage Site. The ministry involved, Ministry of Tourism in collaboration with Archaeological Survey of India. Ministry of Culture is also involved, and the private players act as monument mitras. Then there are some value added points like in India, as of now, there are around 42 World Heritage Sites in India. Like the recently added World Heritage Sites in India include Shantiniketan and Hoysala temples. So you should aware of these World Heritage Sites, and I also include a map regarding World Heritage Sites in India like Jantar Mantar Jaipur, Rani Ki Vav, historic city of Ahmedabad. You can refer this map. Okay, so these are the main schemes. Okay, so we have discussed some of the important schemes. So see you in the next video. Thank you.